3 weeks have gone really well with him running the ball. Is it a lot more fun blocking for him the last 3 weeks when he's running for 200-plus yards?
I don't know if it's any more fun blocking him from one week to the next. He's going to run just as hard, depending on how many times he gets his number called, He's done a great job, and as I can tell, he's a good kid, and he works real hard.
What makes him so special? I mean, we were just talking about, he seems to get stronger as the game goes on. He says it's because other people are wearing down and kind of losing it, but he's got something special to him.
I think what makes him a special back is not only does he have the physical attributes of a good running back, he's got the speed, the low center of gravity, acceleration, but he's got it upstairs. He knows where to hit his holes, and he studies film and be able to pick things up and do things that a running back needs to do.
Mike, how disruptive can it be when a defense does a last-second shift?
South Carolina did a pretty good job of doing that, but considering we weren't really expecting too much of it going into the game, I think our offensive line did an even better job of adjusting to it. And even some of the slanting and stuff even kind of hurt them sometimes in terms of how much they did it and getting out of their gaps at certain points. And I was really impressed with the way our young guys were able to handle that up front, making calls right at the last second. And we did a good job picking it up for the most part. Sometimes we let a couple guys through, but slanting around at the last minute is just something that comes with the territory, and hopefully we did a good enough job this week to kind of keep some teams from doing it in the future.
How much do you think that affects Greg? He struggled a lot against him, I think.
I don't know about up front. I don't really pay attention to what's going on downfield, but when they're shifting around and slanting like that, we try to pick them up as best as possible. And we're just going to try to help Greg out as much as we can, and we know he's a good player, and he's going to do well for the rest of the year, so we're not worried about that.
Mike, I know you guys said all along as an offensive line you want to dominate the game physically and be able to run the football, and there maybe were a couple issues with that earlier, but are you guys where you would want to be after this guy running for 246 yards last game? I mean, is this pretty much what you guys had in mind?
I mean, it's a great feeling to look back and see what you've accomplished, but I think once you take a look back, you got to start looking forward. We can't feel like for 1 second that we've accomplished anything. Coach Saban says all the time, you never arrive, and of course, we blocked a pretty good defense last week, and Mark got a lot of yardage, but we got another one coming in town this week, and we got to prepare just as hard.
Where do you need to improve?
Just in every attribute of the game. I mean, we weren't able to pick up every block in pass protection. We weren't able to pick up every player in run blocking, and it's just overall. I mean, it's not really technique things, just communication and coming together as a line and making sure everybody's on the same page.
Having played Tennessee several times, I remember last year everybody talked about how physical that game up there was. It was just one of the more physical teams you're going to play. I'm
sure it is. We've been watching a lot of film on these guys, and they've got a lot of physical players up inside. Number 5, he's a great linebacker for them. We watched him crunch a couple people. Everybody knows about Eric Berry, but they've got some guys up front that are pretty talented too, and it's going to be a physical game. We expect it to be. It's kind of fortunate that we have a week off after this one because we're probably going to need it, and that's usually how the Tennessee game goes.
Did they do anything special, different lineup with you straight? I just wondered if Monty Kiffin's defenses are a little different to prepare for.
Nothing too crazy. They try to sometimes get everybody on the island. They try to get 5 down a lot and cover up the guards in the center. But it's nothing we haven't seen in the past. It's just something we're going to have to adjust to and try to get on our assignments and be successful like we were last week.